And folks, again, we are watching our Hurricane Oscar and Nadine. Again, we'll primarily here now be focusing on Nadine. Again, again, the Nadine made landfall there, just so slight south of Belize City yesterday around the mid morning period. After that, again, it had made landfall in and around there, Belize City, um, coming in as a 60-mile-per-hour tropical storm. The system is now starting to move a bit more on a west southwesterly track, and it is weakened now down to a tropical depression. Just quickly running through the numbers with you here on the system. Located at 16.8 north, 91.8 west, about 85 miles east of uh, Tuxtla uh, Gutierrez, Mexico, I believe that is. Again, winds now down to 30 miles per hour. The movement west southwest, 14, and the pressure is at about 1,006 millibars. Of course, the tropical storm warnings that were issued for Belize and the Yucatan Peninsula has been discontinued when the system weakened, and there are no watches and warnings as of, at least no tropical storm warnings and watches as of now. Again, the system, again, as noted, moving west southwest, will be continuing, and a slight increase in forward speed is expected to continue through the morning as it continues to move over portions of southern Mexico. It is expected to weaken further, and we are expecting that this will be dissipating later this morning as the center is going to be disrupted by the higher terrain over Mexico. Again, we still do have a fairly good mid-level spin, as we could clearly see, but already there is some degradation in the low-level rotation with this as it interacts with land. Again, we'll be watching closely for the remnants of this system. Eventually, we do expect that the mid-level rotation, whilst the surface rotation would have been disturbed, and again officially classifying Nadine as dissipated, it does appear that it's possible that the remnants of the system, as it pulls off to the west-southwest, may potentially do some redevelopment or a new development rather somewhere just south of Mexico there, so may become a problem for the southwestern side of Mexico and into the eastern Pacific. Do note that because the center is expected to dissipate, the low level center is expected to dissipate. This would mean the end of Nadine, and the name will not be crossing over, as the system would have to regenerate a new surface low and then go from there. So it would take the Eastern Pacific name. That's what's looking most likely at this time. I want to point out that regardless of the system weakening, we want to note that especially in the areas of higher terrain, but through pretty much all the area here, we are looking at still a significant rainfall event occurring here. Again, widespread storm totals of 4 to 8 inches, with isolated areas of 12 inches or up to a foot expected across northern Belize, northern Guatemala, southern Mexico State, Quintana Roo, westwards to Veracruz and Oaxaca through Tuesday. And so we'll be watching for that significant flood threat there, especially, again, as noted, in areas of higher terrain we'll be watching for those heavier rain issues occurring there, and some flash flooding, landslip action there. We're going to be watching for that as we go. So, folks, that is the update here with regards to Nadine. Again, likely to weaken further and dissipate later this morning. And that will be that for at least Nadine. Now, again, we'll see if this ends up developing into anything in the Pacific Basin. It will be out of our area of operations, but for interest there on the southern side of Mexico and the Pacific Basin, something to keep an eye on over there for this system. Folks, that has been the tropical update. Of course, our first video, part one, there talking primarily about Oscar. Again, some interesting future for Oscar. Again, not great news for Cuba. System slowing down, and already Cuba not in a good place at the moment. They are going through a bit of power outages there prior to this system moving in. So obviously, we do hope that the information gets out there to people in Cuba. Hurricane Oscar is on the wane. Now, again, we're going to be looking out for Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, and for other parts of Cuba and Bahamas as well for the future impacts. Of course, we will try to update as much as we can through today and going on for Oscar and its impacts. For now, that's all, and we'll be back later today.